Tracey. Hope everyone's having a good week. I'm going to be making a Massaman Curry today. I know during lockdown we're missing going to our local little Thai restaurant to have a nice curry, so I thought I'd make something that was really easy. You do it in one pot. It's not too hot, it's not too mild, it's just perfect, and the kids love it as well. So let's get started. We're going to chop up one onion, but I'm going to turn on my hot plate because it takes a while to heat up while I'm doing that. So we'll just chop up our one onion, and after that we will dice our 3 potatoes. And we'll put everything in the pot with oil, and we will stir it until the onion and this onion softened and the potatoes, and then we put in our diced beef as well. Really easy, really easy to do. I'm going to run this under cold water so I don't start tearing up with my onion like Carolyn gave me a tip on how to do that, and it does work, believe it or not. Put a little splash of oil in your pot while you're waiting for it to heat up. Just a little splash. Doesn't have to be too much. Okay, let's get started. Cut up our onion. Slice like that. Okay, chop it in a pot. And no tears. We'll get our potatoes. I've got 3 potatoes. I'll just cut up 2 and see how they go, and I might decide to not use the third, depending.
Do you need to peel them?
No, I don't peel them, I just chop them up. You can peel them if you want, but I just wash the potatoes and chop them up on the top. Would you peel your potatoes?
Probably not.
I just think it's easier. I mean,
thought people might ask.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I find that there's still a lot of, I don't know how true it is, but I find that there's a lot of nutrients still in the skin that if you do peel it, that you do lose it. But I mean, I use the washed potatoes, and if you just run them over under the tap, you really don't need to peel them if you don't want to. So, chop these up, put it in the pot. This is really good. I have bought myself, you can get it from Woolworths, you know, Safeway, big Woolworths, or you can get it from Coles. It's just the diced beef. I find that's perfect. You don't have to worry about dicing everything out, you just chuck it in the pot. It's really easy to use. And we'll be bunging on our rice about half an hour after cooking, because it doesn't take that long. As I said couple of weeks ago when I was making, what did we have? It was
the green Thai curry.
Green Thai curry. How easy it is to use a rice cooker. Godsend, best money I've ever spent. I can honestly tell you that right now. So, as I said, we're just going to stir everything. There we go. I was also thinking too the other day about all the mums and dads that have got their kids at home doing the remote learning and all the homeschooling. Gosh, you must be tearing your hair out. And I wanted to mention that we do have some online services for kids that are really great. They're on our homepage, yourlibrary.com.au. Click on the kids link, and they have busy things, which are games for kids, educational games. They have Canopy for kids. They have Busy Coding, Busy Code it's called, coding for kids. They also have Literacy Planet, which is really good, and Ozbot as well. So just have a little look and see. You know, it's something a bit different, a bit fun for them to do while they're stuck at home, and while you're stuck at home with them as well. So I just thought I'd mention that. And also I did mention last week we've got Canopy as well, which we've got Canopy for kids, and then we have Canopy which is for adults. Okay, so what we'll do is get Carolyn to come over and have a look. See how we're just browning the meat off. We don't want to completely cook it because we want the juices to remain in the pot. So as we're cooking in the oven, the juices are released from the meat, which adds flavour to your curry. we will turn off our hot plate. And then we'll add the other ingredients. Now, I'm using today Passage to Asia Massaman Curry pack. It's really easy to use. You just chuck it in the, in the jug and mix it with other ingredients and pour it into there. Now, if you can't get this, you can always use this one, which is Five Tastes at all the other supermarkets. You use half a jar of that. So, I forgot to mention something about, we're going to turn the pot on, the thing on again. I was going to put a curry shot in it, so you can use that. But I got this from Woolworths in the Asian aisle. I don't know if Coles sells it. They do sell Passage to Asia, but I don't know if they sell the Massaman Curry. But I know Woolworths does. Okay. For myself, I like to add a curry shot in as a Massaman Curry. Just gives an extra bit of a kick. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But for my personal preference, I like to add a shot in. There's just a little shot of curry. So you just put it in like that and fry it up before you put the other ingredients in. So I've turned the pot back on. Oh, you smell that? I think because I'm over the pot. So we just put that in. You don't have to put that in. I just put that in extra because I like a little bit of a, a hotter curry instead of a milder one. But it's just personal choice. That's what I'm doing today. So these are, you get them from any supermarket. They're called Five Taste, and it's curry shots. So I've added that in as well. Okay, so we're going to add our other ingredients in. I'll just turn the pot off now. I'm going to put everything in the jug. As I said today, I'm using this Massaman Curry, Passage to India. So we're just going to chuck this in the jug. Let's cut it open. Okay. Everything's been done for you. It's so easy. Put that in the jug. Like that. Then you put just a bit of fish sauce in. Just a splash of fish sauce, just like this. And my secret ingredient is I put a bit of satay sauce in as well. This is Fountain. Just open this. Just a splash of that. You don't have to put a lot in, just a little splash. There you go. That just gives it a little bit of more of a peanut flavour. Let's do that together. And I add in my can of coconut cream. 1 can of coconut cream. Just chuck this in as well, in the jug. And then mix everything together, and we just put it in the pot, and then chuck the pot in a preheated oven of 180 degrees. Okay, so we'll mix this. Carol will come over and see how it's mixing up. Get a little bit on there. Okay, all right. And also as well, you don't have to, but I like to add a bit of peanuts into the pot as well. If you go to like your local Thai store, they have peanuts in their Massaman curry. So just a handful of peanuts, just like that. Okay. So we'll put everything into our pot. Carol will come over and have a look at it. Chuck it out of the, just pour it from the jug into your pot and stir. Look at that. And then we put the lid on it. And we put it in the oven. Okay, so after being in an oven for half an hour, we'll bring it out and give it a stir. If we find that it's a bit too watery, like too much liquid, we'll take the lid off and for the last half an hour of cooking, and that way a lot of the steam will evaporate. So we're just going to chuck this in the oven. Okay, so our Massaman curry's been in the oven for half an hour, so I'm going to take it out and stir it, and then see whether or not we'll put the lid back on it, or whether or not we'll take the lid off if it's too, too much liquid in there. So we'll just get it out of the oven. Okie dokie. Let's take our lid off. Okay, so that's what it's looking like at the moment. I will stir that. Now what I will do is, because it's quite watery at the moment, I am going to leave the lid off it. So that way, by the time we take it out after another half an hour, it won't be as watery. Okay, so we're going to do some rice. As I said, I'm going to use my rice cooker. So I'm going to do 2 cups of rice into my rice cooker. Do you have a rice cooker at home, Carolyn?
Nope.
But Carolyn does have something at home that I'm very jealous of. She has a pie maker. And she makes all these wonderful pies. Okay, so we've got 2 cups of rice, and we're going to put 2.5 cups of water. So you use your pie maker quite a bit, do you?
I've only had it for 2 weeks.
Oh. I know you were telling me that you've made some really nice things. You made a big pie?
Taco pies.
Oh, taco pie. Oh my God. You might have to bring your pie maker in, love, and do a pie.
And then I made cakes the other day, passiona cakes.
In the pie maker?
In the pie maker.
Really? You do that much in the pie maker?
Mm-hmm.
What type of pie maker do you have?
I've got a sunbeam pie maker with four hole.
So there's 4, okay, and there's about the same size of like this, like a normal pie?
It comes out about the size of a regular pie.
Perfect. All right, we're going to put our rice on. Okay, you see it's turning red. That means it's cooking. When it's ready, it'll turn orange. And if you're doing something around the kitchen and you don't hear it, you don't hear it go off, it doesn't matter, because it keeps it warm. So, like if you've got the Massaman curry in the oven and you've got about 10 minutes before it's finished, but your rice is cooked, doesn't really make a difference because it keeps it warm. It's the best money I've ever spent if I cook it up like that. Okay, so after half an hour, we'll bring the Massaman curry out and we'll serve it with rice, and hopefully it'll bring back memories of your favourite Thai restaurant. Now it's been uncovered for 15 minutes without the lid. That's what it's looking like at the moment. So I am going to see whether or not we should put the lid back on, because I don't want it to dry out. I'm just going to stir it to get the excess steam evaporated. As you see, as I'm doing that and the steam's leaving, it's getting a bit thicker. And I want it to have enough liquid. When we put it on the rice, it all sort of soaks it up, and yummy, yummy, yummy. Some of you might like to put it straight on top of the rice, like I like to do, or some might just like to put the Massaman curry on the side of the plate and the rice on the side of the plate and mix it themselves. But I think what I will do, if Carolyn will come over, now that all the steam's evaporated, you can see it's not that liquidy anymore. So for the next 15 minutes, I will put my lid back on and then we'll be good to go. So as I said, every pot's different. You might check, and every oven's different. Every oven's different. So you get to know your oven, everyone knows their oven. So just that's a little bit of a tip I just thought I'd do, instead of just putting it in half an hour and it drying out looking not very nice. I thought I'd check it after 15 minutes, and if it was still really watery the way it was before I uncovered it, then I would leave it for another 15 minutes. But because it's evaporated, that's why I've decided to put the lid back on. So I'll put it back in the oven, and then in 15 minutes we will come back. Okay, so our curry's ready. It was ready for another 15 minutes, so we're ready to take it out now and serve it. Here we go. Yum, 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 yum. It smells amazing. So this is what it looks like now. Perfect. Not too dried out, not too runny, just your perfect consistency. That's our curry. All right, so now we will serve that up. We'll get some rice. And we'll just bung some rice in like that. Caroline has a look just like that. Cover the bottom of the plate. Put our lid back on. And then we'll come over and we'll get some Massaman curry. Look at that. How easy is that? Pour it on like that. The rice soaks up all those beautiful juices. And that is what's for tea with Tracey this week. Beautiful Massaman curry. There you go, easy peasy. Look after each other, have a lovely week, take care, and enjoy the sunshine.